Hello, Namaskar. You're watching KTV India with me, Varsha Venugopal. In Karnataka, the functionings of the government has come to a complete standstill. The Congress government led by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is barely able to work. The reason is Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar are locked in an intense power struggle over the Chief Minister's chair. This tug of war has become so fiery that governance has practically collapsed. Ministers, MLAs, everyone's focus has shifted entirely to one question: will there be a change of leadership? Will Siddaramaiah step down? Will D.K. Shivakumar take over? Will Siddaramaiah complete his full 5-year term as he claims? Or will the Chief Minister's chair finally go to D.K. Shivakumar? This leadership dispute has directly affected governance. Naturally, if the very top is in turmoil, nobody will be paying attention to running the administration. The power struggle is accelerating every day, and the common public in Karnataka is the one suffering. Now, the big development is that D.K. Shivakumar has increased pressure on Siddaramaiah and the Congress High Command. He insists that the promise made to him during 2023 must be honored. That promise was a rotational chief ministership, 2.5 years for Siddaramaiah and 2.5 years for Shivakumar. Siddaramaiah has completed his 2.5 years and Shivakumar now wants the chair handed over to him as agreed. Reports suggest Shivakumar has started applying pressure on multiple fronts. He is reminding everyone a promise made must be promise kept. Let me remind you, in 2023, Congress achieved a massive victory that was 135 seats out of 224. At that time, D.K. Shivakumar was the Karnataka Congress president and he naturally felt he was the rightful candidate for chief minister. Meanwhile, Siddaramaiah had managed to secure the maximum number of tickets for his own supporters and held a strong grip over the Kuruba community, around 5% of Karnataka, alongside the Ahinda bloc, backward classes, minority and Dalits. With this strong social base, Siddaramaiah believed he deserved to be chief minister. Since there were two strong contenders, the central leadership proposed a rotation formula, 2.5 years each. Siddaramaiah took the first term. Now that his term is over, he refuses to step down. This has enraged D.K. Shivakumar. Shivakumar and his loyalist MLAs are now spreading the message across the party and the media that at least 51 MLAs openly support him and 20 more are ready to cross over internally. According to them, 71 MLAs are with D.K. Shivakumar. No one knows how accurate this number is, but the message is loud and clear. Shivakumar is not ready to surrender this time. Another breakfast meeting was held where Siddaramaiah reportedly told Shivakumar, "Think about 2028, I am not giving up the chair until then." The statement has made Shivakumar even more aggressive. His supporters have begun saying openly that they have other options. What are other options? It's very clear. They are hinting at aligning with the BJP. The BJP has already indicated that if D.K. Shivakumar brings the required numbers, they will support him from outside. Former BJP Chief Minister Sadananda Gowda has given his offer publicly even. Essentially, they are telling Shivakumar he could become another Eknath Shinde, breaking away and joining BJP and form the government. And this is exactly what Congress fears. Karnataka is one of only 3 states where Congress is in power and the only big, financially strong state they control. If Karnataka slips away, the Congress's finances will take a massive hit. Rahul Gandhi's credibility will be badly damaged. Reporters suggest Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has realized the seriousness of the situation. He is pressurizing Siddaramaiah to honor the rotational agreement and hand over power. But Siddaramaiah is refusing. He claims he has the support of over 100 MLAs and that his social support base, that is OBC, minority, Dalits, is far stronger than Shivakumar's. So Shivakumar meanwhile feels betrayed. He argues if Siddaramaiah broke the promise once, what guarantee is there he won't do it again in 2028? Now Rahul Gandhi himself is caught in a dilemma. He wants a Shiva Kumar because Shiva Kumar is loyal to the Gandhi family, but he also fears that removing Siddaramaiah may anger the OBC and Muslim communities, the very voter groups around which Rahul wants to rebuild the Congress. And to be honest, Rahul's words are rarely followed these days. Ashok Gehlot ignored him in Rajasthan. Now Siddaramaiah is doing the same. Another big update, Shiva Kumar is willing to wait only till 2026, not till 2028. He wants a clear deadline, not vague promises. If Shiva Kumar truly has 71 MLAs behind him, he could collapse the Congress government. Because Karnataka Assembly composition is 224 seats total. There is 135 Congress, 66 BJP, 19 JDS. So, if you think properly, if BJP is 66 plus JDS is 19 is equal to 85 and Shiva Kumar brings 71, 85 plus 71 is equal to 156 seats. Enough for a stable government. This is Congress's nightmare scenario right now. This is why Kharge is pressurizing Siddaramaiah to step down. But Siddaramaiah refuses. Shiva Kumar also refuses to wait until 2028. And what is the result? A total deadlock. The government has become paralyzed. Administration is stuck. The public is suffering. And the power struggle in Karnataka is now at its peak. And as of now, neither leader is backing down. Stay tuned with KTV India for more updates on Karnataka CM change. This is me, Varsha Venugopal. Thank you.